Hi everyone, I'm Beth and I am going to do my talk, which is called Surviving Vampire Survivors, Agile Community Management. So I'm Beth Molloy, I'm the community manager, one of the community managers at Poncle. I have a background in customer service and sales, and this is my first role in the games industry. I started last year in February, and my first role as a community manager. I love roller skating, theme parks, cozy games, and I have two cats called Mango and Mochi. So I work at a little indie game studio called Poncle. It's a very new company. We're based in London. We founded last year in April, and it was founded by Ukie who's the creator of Vampire Survivors. We are now currently a team of 15. We've grown very fast over the last year. And yeah, just quickly, I started helping out in February last year, and I was on my own pretty much doing the socials until August when we hired another community manager. So if you don't know what Vampire Survivors is, it's a time survival roguelike game, and it has very simple controls. All you have to do is move around, kill all the enemies, collect coins, you can get power-ups and buy new characters. And it's currently on Steam, mobile and Xbox on Game Pass. Today I just want to touch on these subjects really quickly. I've got a lot to get through, so I probably won't go into too much detail, but if you do have any questions, please ask me after. So, just a brief look at our first year. Vampire Survivors went into early access on Steam in December of 2021 and was very quickly found by streamers such as Splattercat, Northern Lion and Gorgora, and this catapulted the game and made it really popular. So Luca hired some of his friends to help out on the development and sort out all the bugs, and I helped with the community side of things before we set up the company properly in April. We launched on PC Game Pass, then in October we launched our 1.0 version on Steam and Xbox Game Pass PC. We brought the game to Xbox console in November before launching our mobile version in December. And the devs had to do a really quick turnaround and make the whole mobile version from the 10th of November before the 8th of December. So yeah, I don't know how they did that. And yeah, we ended the year releasing our first DLC, which is called Legacy of the Moonspell. So keeping up with a fast-growing community. The first thing I did when I started helping out at Poncle was grab all the handles that I wanted on social media, even the ones that I didn't think I was going to use straight away, just grabbed the handles everywhere. And I also bought the website domains. And then it was time to prioritise which platforms I wanted to use. So I tried to work out where our audience would be. So I chose Twitter, and we already had a Discord with about 11,000 people in it, so I took that over and helped to grow that. And then, yeah, as we've had new people join the company, we've added new socials. So we're now on TikTok, we've just started doing Instagram, and we're also doing YouTube Shorts. So, creating a community is really important when you're posting on socials to make sure that you don't sell to people. Don't do posts selling all the time because nobody wants to engage with that. Make sure your posts are fun and entertaining. We like to try and keep our community as safe as possible. So on Discord we have community helpers, and they do an amazing job over there. And we also have bots, and we use the auto mod that Discord has. I also find it really important to acknowledge as much feedback as possible. You don't have to agree with it, you just have to acknowledge it, especially when it's negative or if it's bug reporting. Because people just want to be heard. If they've taken the time to report a bug to you, the least you could do is try and interact with it as much as possible. I know this is hard, especially if you get a lot of feedback. And then for growing the community, we've been really lucky that we've had a lot of advertisement via word of mouth. We haven't really done any social media adverts. We've paid streamers to stream on launch days, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's been amazing. It's really important to encourage engagement through call to actions. So yeah, make sure you're asking people to like your pages or wishlist your game. And yeah, I've also been really lucky as well that Vampire Survivors has been consistently updated since we started. It's just been mad, it's like constant updates. We were doing updates every 2 weeks at one point. So that has given me a lot of content to post about, and I've never been short on ideas for socials, which is, I know, a struggle for games that don't have as many updates. We've got, yeah, it's important to check the analytics as well, so know who your audience already is, so you can write posts that apply to them, and also so you can find other audiences and get more people involved in your game. So did it work? We managed to grow our Discord a lot to 60,000, and we've also gained a lot of Steam reviews since February last year. And our socials have grown a lot as well. We've also been one of the top played Steam Deck games, which has been amazing. Yeah, finding our voice in socials. So, yeah, it's really important. This is so random. This is my job. It's really important to vary your content. So make sure you're posting all different types of posts, such as videos, images, polls, and keep it varied. Also, it's important to know which of those does really well and which doesn't, which do not. So when we do the launch trailers, they're always really successful. Everyone loves the videos, and polls do really well for us as well. There are many trends that you can jump on, but you've got to consider your branding and what is relevant to your brand. So you don't have to jump on every single trend. Pick and choose the ones that work best for your brand and your game. There's also the trending hashtags on Twitter, so make sure you're making the most of these. Have a look at them every day, and if your post has anything that could benefit from one of the trending hashtags, make sure you include it, because your post will be a lot more visible. And you also want to be really agile when you're doing community management and posting on socials. So study what works. For us, garlic, flawed chicken, and Racho, who is our stinky old garlic man character. Anything that includes those does really well, because it's really shareable, and people would love to share that with their friends, and it gets really good engagement. Consistency and timing is so important, so I try to post 4 PM every day on Twitter if I can, and yeah, every day at 4 PM. And that's a really good time for us, I've worked out, because we have a lot of people who play our game in America. So that reaches all the UK and the US audience. Tone of voice is a really big one. As soon as I worked out the tone of voice for our game and our company, my posts started doing way better than they did before. So I thought we had to be really serious and yeah, all businessy, and the second I started relaxing and writing posts such as this fun one here, yeah, they got a lot better engagement and people enjoyed them a lot more. Also, if you're letting someone else do your social media, it's really important to put your trust in them and let them experiment with different post ideas and see what works, because you never know until you try it or what will work best for your game and your company. And also let them jump on trends, because it will just make your socials so much more fun and also help to reach more people. So, what socials do we focus on? As I said, we have a Discord. This is where all of our VIP players are, and this is where we have our amazing community helpers, and I also keep an eye on this too. We have our Twitter, and that is the best place to reach and interact with creators and press. I try to post daily, as I said. And then we also have our TikTok as well. So this is run by Lucy, our other community manager, and our marketing company, Future Friends. And TikTok is really important for us because we've got our game for free on mobile, so the audience is already on TikTok. You've just got to make sure they know about your game. So what I'm also trying to say here is that if you have one community manager, they're not going to be able to do all of this on their own if they're doing it properly. So prioritise your platforms and work out where your audience is going to be. Okay, we've released an early access, and there's many benefits to this. So one of them is that you can involve your players with development really early on and get all their feedback. We made this issue tracker on Trello quite early on in the game's development cycle, and this really helped with interacting with the community, because every time someone was asking the same question over and over again, I could just refer them to the Trello board. So it was a lot quicker to try and answer a lot more people. And make sure they know the progress of fixing each bug that we had. Yeah, it also helps to build a really strong community as well. It develops trust and also goodwill for your company as well if you're constantly interacting with your players and making sure that they know that you're paying attention to them and that you care what they have to say. And yeah, with the brand image as well. So I feel like Poncle has developed quite a quirky, grounded and responsive personality, and this has helped, really been through early access that we've developed that. This is an actual tweet from Luca, the creator of the game. We've had many fun launches. Yeah, there's many challenges of launching in early access as well. So constant changes to the game. So every time I took footage for the game, something would change and I'd have to redo it, which means that it's also hard to schedule content for the game as well. So as good as I wanted to be and schedule like a whole week's worth of posts, everything changes when it's in early access, which is fine. You just got to learn to adapt and yeah, be agile. And also, as the game was more of an overnight success, it's been hard creating systems on the go. So we've also been adding people very quickly to our company too, which is amazing. But we're still trying to work out whether we want to use Notion, Trello, Hack and Plan. At the moment we have all of them. We still haven't figured it out, but we'll get there. So when you are trying to increase your reach and engagement, there's many things that can be controlled. You can do giveaways, you can give away keys, ask people to wishlist your game on Steam. We've also started doing press releases, probably in July last year, and these were done by Future Friends, who are a marketing company, and that made a massive difference just to get more coverage in the news. We've also done live streams on our launch days, so we've paid people to do live streams on Steam and Twitch, and also attended events such as WASD. You might have seen our stand there. We were giving away garlic stress balls, as you do, and we also went to EGX as well. There's many things that are out of your control as well. You can put yourself forwards for things, but it doesn't mean anything is going to come out of it. So if you see an award show, just put your game in it. Just go for it, and see where it gets you. Because any exposure from award shows is going to really help you. Also, Steam Awards. We found that when we entered our game into the Steam Awards, everyone who voted for us was asked to leave a review. And this was massive for us because we got so many reviews in that time period. So even if you don't care about the awards, even if you think you're not going to win, enter it anyway. Because anyone that votes might leave a review. And at some point we were getting more reviews daily than Elden Ring for about 3 days, I think, which is crazy. And yeah, collaborate with other companies and with creators, because the worst thing that they can say is no if you ask them. They don't want to do it, but if they do, it might turn into something great. And yeah, I just wanted to speak about how I learned and grew into my role in the games industry. Because when I started, I had absolutely no idea about anything, not gonna lie. I was new to community management and I didn't really play many games. I wasn't really in the games industry, so I had a lot to learn whilst I was doing this job for the first year. So I had to learn new skills, I did some courses, watched videos, I attended talks at industry events, and talks such as this. And I familiarised myself with the industry by watching showcases and award shows, because that really helped me to see all the companies and see everyone involved, all the different types of games, everything, because I didn't know anything. I also had to learn how to use Twitter and LinkedIn, and just being on them and seeing everyone on them is so helpful. And also familiarising myself with content creators as well, because it's really good to know who's playing your game, and then you can collaborate with them. So that's how I found the people to do our launch day streams, just by paying attention to who is playing. Also, stay up to date with any news and sign up to newsletters. So I've signed up to Victoria Trans Community Dev newsletter. Also, TikTok have a gaming newsletter as well, where they'll share with you the trending hashtags and also trending sounds, which is really helpful. And also just watching YouTube videos, talking to people. So there's obviously Discords, which are amazing. I'm in a few indie dev Discords and community manager Discords as well. And being on Twitter. Twitter's great until it's not here anymore. And then we've got physical events and meetups and online gatherings as well, such as GIG, which is Games Industry Gathering, and also SavePoint. Those are great communities to be part of. And listening to podcasts such as She Plays Games by Lauren Kay, which is loads of amazing women, and they share their experiences and talk about their roles. So I've learned a lot from that as well. I also last year did the Safe in Our World mental health training course. This was a course that was aimed at community managers, and it is for your own health and so you can help on Discord with the mental health of others and know how to deal with any problems that arise. I also was really lucky to be part of Limit Break mentorship, and I had 2 mentors last year. I have 1 mentor this year, it's just started again, and it's an amazing program. So if you are able to take part in that, I'd really recommend it. That helped me to learn a lot in a short amount of time, like hearing other people's experiences. And I'm also just trying to play more games, because as I said, I haven't really played many. I've played 400 hours of Animal Crossing, but I kind of need to play. I was on fire. So I kind of need to play some more different games, so I can just learn about everything in general. How have I built my confidence and learned to question processes along the way? So a lot of it's been trial and error, so posts on socials. Some of them flop really badly, and some of them do great. So it's just paying attention to what's working. Once you get a few things that you know work for your community, it really helps to boost your confidence. And you try them again, and then you try slightly different things. As I've become more knowledgeable about the industry and my role in general, I have become more confident, as I said. And it's helped me to make better informed suggestions. So in stand-ups in the morning, I used to be really timid, I hated video calls, hadn't done them before, but I have grown a lot, and I'm now able to partake and share my suggestions a lot more confidently because I've learned a lot more. And also I've improved my organisation, so I'm able to make time for new projects. So yeah, in summary, quickly put those up for you. In summary, community management is crucial for your game success and is definitely worth investing in. And this has been Surviving Vampire Survivors, Agile Community Management. Thanks for listening, you've been fantastic.